Hey guys, so today we are nuisance trapping for coyotes. Um, Short and sweet. We've got a 40-acre lot of land connected to a 100-acre lot of land, and there's this one gate that's open. Landowner says they've heard a bunch of coyotes at night past week or so, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on how we do this. You check your state guidelines for your trap specifications. I have a Bridger number 2. In Ohio, we can use jaws spread open like that, 6 inches or less, if you have 3 swivel points. I always put 3 swivel points on my traps just for that reason. I think you can use 5 1/4 or 5 3/4 with 2 swivel points. But if you just had a swivel point, you don't have to worry about it. And you're legal across the board as long as you're using the appropriate size trap. I don't know if I said it or not, but I've got a Bridger 2 with a dog ready to go. So first step is you want to dig your trap bed. Make sure that your trap fits. See, once I get it nice and snug in there, it sits down. You want to make sure this is what they call a blind set. I have a natural way to travel through these gates. The traffic should be here. These sticks were here from the last storm, so they're automatically gonna hug one side or the other. And there are sticks over here that I put all the way out of the way, but they're still not gonna like it. So if I'm thinking correctly, they will step right here or around here. We got about a 2-inch by 1.5-inch pan that they have to step on in the entire world. So it's a lot of luck with a little bit of skill. Feels like it takes a lot, but anyway, take your dirt from your hole that you dug, put it in your sifter. That will be your top cover whenever you're ready to actually put the trap in. I have wolf fang earth anchors. Let's see if I can't set you up right. Sweet. So, I have my wolf fang earth anchor, my stake driver that fits perfectly in that little groove. I'm going to put that in the center of the hole, and you pack it down with your hammer. All right, like that. This is probably gonna be a pain in the butt to pull up. Oh man, there we go. Okay, so a big thing here that you wanna make sure you do. Right now that wolf fang that I showed you is sitting down on the ground straight up, okay? If I just bed this trap and walk away from it, one thing that can happen is an animal will step in it, and since that earth anchor isn't turned, it'll just come straight out of the hole. There goes your trap, there goes your time and effort you put into it, and a lot of hurt feelings. So you want to grab this chain. I should be wearing gloves. My gloves are all the way down the truck. It is what it is. You're not gonna remember everything all the time. You're gonna take your chain and pull up. See how it gave a little bit? Just a little bit. Now that earth anchor should be sitting like that, and you shouldn't have to worry about it. I take my chain, or my hammer, and pound in. I put as much chain as I can down in the hole, and I tamp the ground, and I get a nice bed, compact the dirt back around the hole where the chain went down. And this is peat moss. The reason I use peat moss is because it kind of wicks away the moisture. If water gets on your traps, they can, in the winter time, they can freeze and they won't fire off if they're just frozen shut, or frozen open I should say. and there goes your catch. So put a nice generous layer of peat moss all in the bottom of the hole. And I'm going to check the size of my trap, make sure it still fits. Everything just pretty like. Loose traps, when I say loose, if I push on this and it wiggles, those will get dug up. They will get dug up and flipped, and you'll be mad because you don't know what happened. And yeah, it's just a headache. You're out here putting all this effort in. Let's just do it right. So I'm gonna push this trap in carefully. It's not, and they don't hurt if you smack them. I did this year for the first time, and I just kind of looked at it and laughed. Maybe I'll do one for you guys. If this video gets 100 likes, I will put my hand in one of these traps. But I take some of this dirt and I pack it around the jaws, and I'll show you guys after I'm done here, so you can see what I'm talking about. Just pack it in. I run my traps on 3 pounds of tension, meaning it takes 3 pounds of force on that pan to fire my trap. And the reason being is that helps you avoid accidental captures, incidental captures, however you want to say it. You know, if you're targeting coyotes, like I am right now, it'll keep most of your raccoons out, most of your possums out, your skunks, a fox maybe. So I've got my trap nice and bedded here. Show you. See, around the jaws, nice and bedded. It's not going to wiggle. That trap's not going anywhere. And now what I'm going to do, actually I have to lift this jaw up and put my polyfill in. So let me put that in here. Lift this jaw up. That way if it does shut on my, or if it does shut, I will not be the first catch. Make sure it's packed back in. Polyfill is on. There we go. Take your peat moss again. A little light layer on top. And what that polyfill does is it keeps stuff from going underneath your pan when it's set. Because like if you get a rock down in there, or a big dirt clod, or a root, and the animal steps on it, the pan can't go down, so it won't fire. And then again, you're all upset, yelling and crying, and in my case, calling Jerry and complaining, I don't know what happened. That's what happened. You take your dirt then, and your sifter, and you sift it. Oh, the small stuff should come out. You cover your trap and make it look natural again, just like the way it was. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just like that. I love it. Throw your big dirt clods out of the way. And what I like to do is, because I want to make this look like I was never here, right? I've got my foam pad for my knees, so I don't leave big indents. In fact, I gotta chop that root off, because roots sticking up out of the ground, they'll notice those things. I mean, it's not a root sticking up out of the ground in the middle of a wide open intersection. It's not something they're accustomed to seeing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, get a pile of leaves, I'm going to crush them, and I wish I had my gloves, but I don't. Walk over there, get some grass, I can throw down straw. Now, with all this done, let me show you what it looks like. All this stuff out of the way. Finished product. Which looks something like this. That trap is right there. Actually, I'm gonna move that leaf out of the way. Make sure that pen is right there. So, in theory, they will come from this land or from that side, coming through here. They will walk right there. And hopefully, before this next dry spell, or not dry spell, but cold spell, we will have a coyote in here, and we will have a happy landowner. So, I will see you guys on the next set. Hope you learned something. Hope you subscribe, but I hope more that it helped. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.